Tom Curran back here on the Rich Eisen Show. Our friend from NBC Sports Boston and the host of the Patriots Talk podcast with a very large microphone in the foreground. What's up, Tom? How are you?
I'm great.
You doing all right there, Tommy C? Everything good? Uh-oh. Did we lose him? Uh-oh.
Never should have moved it. Never should have moved it.
I'm sorry.
Never should have moved it.
Never should have moved it. By the way, words to live by. We don't even, even if it's not microphones. What's going on there in New England with Stefon Diggs? Is there anything of issue, Tom?
I think the way Mike Vrabel has answered every question posed about Stefon Diggs with kind of a measured level of consternation and reminding that, yeah, there's a certain standard we want to have. It's basically, look, no more distractions. It was interesting with Diggs yesterday when he spoke to us. He wasn't, opening up a vein, genuflecting and throwing himself at the mercy of the media or the Boston sports fans and saying, forgive me. And I don't blame him. I mean, he's kind of a hired gun. He's been in the league for 10 years. He leads a public life that is frequently on social media. Ain't nobody got anything on him. I mean, it was a bag with pink stuff in it. We can all presume it was some kind of a mood enhancer. We don't know what it was. It could have been crushed up bear aspirin if he wanted to say that. So to him, he probably looks at it as a mountain out of a molehill. And maybe his teammates would as well. I just think that the Patriots themselves are looking at the situation in totality and saying, look, it isn't the same thing as any number of extra legal activities that a guy could have been involved in, but it's just a distraction. Can we not have those? And that's why I think this is really interesting with the physical that is attached to Diggs' money, because Diggs has come out and looked really good, Rich, compared to what we expected. And he said yesterday, look, I'm a dog pulling at the leash. And the Patriots most likely are going to slow play, clearing him to play and giving him the final physical. I don't know that. They might have had a conversation, but I can see that being kind of a bubbling subplot between the two sides. I'm feeling good. Can I have my physical? We can start my payments of $12 million, please. And the Patriots say, not yet.
So there's some more miles to go before we have an answer to if there's any there, Tom.
Yeah, he did sidestep the question of whether he had taken the physical. He began with an I don't think so. And that would be my presumption too. If you're still in a state of recovery, which he is from his ACL, you haven't yet been cleared fully and passed the physical that is attached to his contract, as Mike Florio has done a good job of detailing. Diggs is in a situation where until he passes the team's physical, he doesn't get any money. Now, I'm sure they're paying his way back and forth to camp and minicamp and everything else, but he's not getting his contractually agreed upon $12 million worth of signing bonus. So if I'm Diggs, I'm saying, I'm ready to go. Feel good. I'll take the physical whenever you want. Mm-hmm. And the Patriots can certainly say, we're doing what's best for you. But there can be, at least if Diggs is looking at it, he said, they don't want to give me the money until they can tell I'm all fully on board here, which we've seen him be fully on board since the Great Pontoon Boat incident of 2025.
In terms of when he gets paid, usually guys get paid, during the season. Is it possible he doesn't take his physical until they put him on PUP or something like that, and then I'm just wondering when's midnight in this situation. That's I'm always looking for when everybody considers is midnight this time of year, Tom.
Too much speculation on my part if I started guessing, Rich, honestly. And Vrabel is very attuned to what we say on these shows. So I'm not going to guess and say I know when midnight is. But I do see it being an interesting dynamic between the two sides. If one guy's saying, I'm good, I feel good over here, look at me, jumping up and down. I mean, he looks ridiculously, fast. And he's taking part in a lot of stuff for a guy 7 months off an ACL. But until he passes, he doesn't get any money.
Well, I mean, he's a supremely talented player, and if healthy, is exactly what the doctor ordered there in New England. So I imagine everybody there is working towards making it work, right? To making it happen.
That's the point. They want Steph Diggs to play football.
Right.
So that's the upshot of this whole thing. As we in the media speculate on different threads that we can pull to see if there's an issue here or there. in the end, they want it to work out. Diggs wants it to work out. Drake Maye wants it to work out. Robert Kraft wants it to work out. So my presumption is it will work out because he doesn't have a litany of, again, extra legal dust-ups that accompany him to New England.
No, not at all. And, I bring that up for two reasons. One, just to be obviously fair. And two, you just said Vrabel's listening. And if that's the case, should I say I'm looking forward to seeing him at the American Century Championship in Tahoe? Should I, if he is listening right now, do I remind him of the last 4 Novembers in college football? Do I do that sort of thing if he's listening right now? Or I say hello, a little provocative at the same time, kind of like him, a needler.
He can be provocative.
Yes,
he'll go right back at you. Yeah. Especially if he knows he's going to give you the needle.
Yeah, that's right.
See, he more finds out if you say something that's really sensational, and then it will pass back to a WTF at some point.
So does he have his own bears? Like how much of the Belichick way is shown back up now that he's there and McDaniels is there, just like old times, Tom?
It's a different way of doing it.
Okay.
It's a different way. Bears. Bill wouldn't come. It's different. It's very interesting because he's, as you know him, he'll just say direct, what was that? Do you know what you're talking about there? Oh, no, I'm speculating. Well, stop speculating. So, and he's not listening necessarily to this show, but
no.
God bless the aggregators.
Okay. No.
God bless the aggregators.
But in all seriousness, though, I mean, we could snap back to this point last year, and Gerard Mayo's going through it for the first time, and there's questions about whether he is, in fact, up to the challenge, up for the moment. Things that he would say in the media get a lot more parsed and picked apart than obviously a former coach of the year and Vrabel coming back with his red jacket and everything. How different is it? And does it remind you of the good old days in any way, Tom?
It's far different. It's far more, and this is not a slight to Mayo, it's far more organized. You have experienced coaches on the offensive line, experienced coaches in the wide receiver room, guys with history together, whether it's McDaniels and Vrabel or defensive guys with some of the defensive guys. Doug Marrone as the offensive line coach. It's just a fleet of experienced coaches who know each other well, who understand what they want to do. Last year was Mayo with Alex Van Pelt and DeMarcus Covington in his first year as a defensive coordinator, and the wide receivers coach in his first year with young wide receivers. It was just, and that's why they set such a low bar with the media and outwardly for themselves. It's going to be a building year. It's a foundational year. I hope we don't struggle, is what Robert Kraft said. But that notion that it was an apprentice year and a building year, I think, seeped through the organization to the point where it got to, well, this year really doesn't matter. And there was a lax attitude that seeped through the team. This year, Mike, I think, is extremely urgent with everything he's doing. He's not talking like Bill used to talk about. This is a teaching camp. It's not competitive. Every day, Mike is talking about competition. Every day, you can hear him speaking to the veterans and the better players. Look, I expect the most from our best players, saying that what we need to first is to find guys who don't do stupid things. Because right now, we're not good enough to take advantage of other teams doing stupid things because we do stupid things ourselves, or at least that's what he's seen. So he needs to get to a point where they could take advantage of other teams' stupidity. And he said that before, and I've kind of heard him say it time and again during these OTAs.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget how he used some clock management loopholes against Belichick. Famously, I mean, like Vrabel comes to the table. I mean, he's a former coach of the year, for crying out loud. I mean, and so obviously it's going to be different. But me just seeing that photograph of McDaniels with Diggs, I can only imagine McDaniels connected to Drake Maye. That alone, right? That alone should be a significant upgrade for this kid and exactly what this kid needs. The last guy who wore number 10 had his best time. Obviously in an ultimately unsuccessful tenure in New England. Mac Jones had his gritty in the Pro Bowl year with McDaniels being his OC. And I can only imagine what this looks like. What has it already been boots on the ground looking like, Tom, do you think?
It looks good. It looked really sketchy. The first OTA that we saw, there were 4 picks for Maye. They came in like 9 passes. It looked like he was thinking a lot. He was hesitant. His fundamentals weren't good. And then the next 2 we saw, and then these 2 days of minicamp, he's looked much, much, much better. And I think that's incrementally what you're going to see. And, we asked McDaniels about that 4-pick day and said what you would expect a coach to say in May. Every play is good. The good ones are good because they're good. The bad ones are good because it's given us an opportunity to learn something. And you can see that Maye from last year at this time until training camp, he made massive progress. And in these 3 weeks, he's made progress. They have better players around him. They have a better offensive line, on paper at least. It should just be exactly what you would hope for Maye. But what's interesting, too, is the expectations, Rich, are so high because of McDaniels and Vrabel and Maye's, second-year jump that's presumed, that if it isn't good, you will have to try and be resilient and deal with the slings and arrows of, I thought you guys were going to be good this year. Why are you 2-2? Why are you 3-5? And that can certainly happen to a building team.
Yeah, I don't know. In my estimation, I think Vrabel's going to handle that just fine. You know what I mean? And I think the fan base might be, disappointed in not having expectations met if that happens. But just the fact that this has been put into place, right? That this is the coaching staff and also the draft. I think it gives some confidence, if not to speak for the Boston sports fan, but I know a few. There's a confidence that there's adults in rooms now that are making the right decisions. The guys on the screen, the 11 draft choices, everyone on my set, when I asked who had a great draft, mentioned the Patriots on NFL Network. And I'm wondering, what's the general sense of how many of the guys on the screen are going to be starters, are going to have the opportunity here, Tom?
I would say the first 3.
Campbell.
And we're also seeing, where's our guy Chase on? Is he on there? On Chase on?
No,
he's not on there.
No,
I would say the first 3. Campbell is entrenched there, left guard. Travion Henderson is definitely trying to, I think, fit into the Josh McDaniels third down back role.
Like James
Kyle
White,
Williams,
like a James White role? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's looking like a Jimmy White, a Kevin Falk. And that's great, but he is bigger than James White. He's a better runner than James White was.
Yeah, right.
He could be more Rex Burkheady and have that role, because you still have Stevenson, who's a good player, and Antonio Gibson, I think, had a really good year last year. So they have a running back stable. They have a slot receiver. They have multiple slot receivers that can get available in the middle of the field. This kid, Efton Chisholm III, I think it was Eastern Washington. He was undrafted. He's ridiculous every single practice, to the point where we get the blowback from our local media who's not there on the radio. Oh, who's your little hero this year? Who's your little pet guy? It's Efton Chisholm III. And I'm like, he's really friggin' good. Why don't you guys come down here? We're doing all the work. Come down here and watch for a minute instead of sitting there back there and taking our work and making fun of it.
Yeah, let's get involved in the Boston media.
Yeah, make the sausage with us.
It's exactly where I want to be, right in the middle of that.
The Chisholm.
No, but there's optimism, man. That's
there should be. And you know what?
Okay.
The cyclical nature of football in the AFC East, they were at the bottom of the Ferris wheel. Now, Rich, is the Ferris wheel turning? Okay, not say Buffalo's still sitting pretty up there.
Yeah.
And they should be.
Yeah.
But are the Jets and Dolphins cycling down to a point where the Patriots could turn around and go, where we were? Not really, but
I don't know, Tom. I think maybe the Dolphins are on the Ferris wheel, but the Jets are on their own ride. It's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It's all over. It's a lot more, dude. It's a lot more horizontal and all the hell all over the place. But the Jets could be on the way up too. You never know. That's the beauty of the regenerative spirit of the NFL. And I just wanted to have you on to talk about what's going on over there. So I appreciate the time, Tom. Let's do it again.
Oh my God. It's a pleasure for me.
Thank you.
these are the things I like to do.
Excellent. Thank you.
Hopefully you have a tremendous summer. You'll be at Edgewood and Tahoe.
I will indeed. I'm going to be
dying to go there.
I'm going to be at the American Century Championship. Some people think that if they have a sense of humor, they're going to stick me with Vrabel and A.J. Hawk in the first round.
That's hilarious.
That would
Is
be
that
a lot.
word on the street?
I'm not. I have no idea how I'm going to be paired, but a couple of my friends are like, "You're going to get stuck with Ohio State guys." I'm like,
That's
okay,
awesome.
yeah, that would no. Awesome is a different word for me.
Vrabel wouldn't even mention anything else.
Vrabel. I don't want to play with Vrabel because my game is not up to snuff.
Just
Where
been roasted for
oh my
4
God,
hours.
it'll be a 4.5 hour, 5 hour spoiled walk.
Start close. Okay, Rich? That's it. Just start close. Start working from 50 yards and in. Don't even go to the range.
Okay.
Get your chipping down.
Thank you.
Get your long pitching down.
Okay.
Get your around the green stuff down. Get your putting down.
Okay.
Then work your way back.
Thank you, sir. Tom Curran, everybody, giving me information, advice, and confidence. Good to see you, Tom. Thanks again, brother.
See you, buddy.
The best of the best out there. Tom Curran.
Can't believe you didn't mention his promo picture.
Oh, that's right. Is he still
he
on?
still
Is
there?
he still
Wait,
there?
Tom, don't move.
Don't move.
Don't move.
Yeah, before we go, can we pop that up? Tom, I don't know. we used this promo photograph before we went to break to promote you. What is this?
That's
What is
yep.
this? What is this?
It's blue steel.
What is this? Where is
They
this?
just-
What is
they-
this? What is this?
We have a marketing arm that
Yes.
sometimes I guess has a budget.
Yeah.
And they need to get through that budget. They
Uh-huh.
say, can we do some sizzle shots of Curran?
Sizzle shots of Curran. That's a fantasy
write it down.
football
That
name.
is
Write that down.
money.
Sizzle
Oh,
shots of Curran.
so good.
Maybe a fantasy football name, man. And here's
Sizzle
the avatar.
shots.
Let me see the avatar. Let me see the avatar.
Let's go.
It's Curran looking all
Just like,
inviting. Come up. Hey, welcome to my bistro. That's what it says to me.
Can I interest you in a 4-bedroom, 3-bath?
That's right. Have I got a mortgage for you? Here you go.
Hey, Tommy C, everybody. There we go. Thank you for reminding us, TJ. Almost forgot. Take care, Tom.
Sizzle shots of
Sizzle
Curran.
shots of
That
Curran.
is getting check marked.
My name's Tom Curran, and I want to be your latex salesman.
Andrew Bogish with a sports update. Oh, that is funny. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.